In this video, I'm going to show you how to lay out a cover sheet. So the first thing I want to do is I want to attach a county map. So I'm going to go up to my raster manager, and if you need to bring that up, you can always go up here to your search box, type in raster manager and select it, and it will bring it up. So once I have my box up, I'm going to go ahead and hit File, Attach, and Attach Raster. And your county maps are located in ProjectWise. They are located under IDOT, Office, District 6, Standards, Maps, and then the D6 map PDF images from IDOT 2024. So that is the location. That'll show you all the county maps. I'm going to go ahead and attach the Logan County map. And go ahead, when the box comes up, go ahead and hit Attach. And it's going to bring in my county map right here. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and create a sheet for this. So I'm going to go up to Drawing Boundary, go up to Name Boundary, select that. It's going to bring up your name boundary, place name boundary dialog box. It's always a good idea, even though it may come up on the From Drawing Boundary, is to select something else and then go back to it. Sometimes it will not load the correct sheets in there if you are just opening it up and using it straight from there. So it's always a good idea to switch out and then switch back. So underneath that, if you go to Drawing Boundary, you're going to see all the different types of sheets that you can lay out here. I'm going to use the cover sheet. The name of the cover sheet, I'm just going to call it Cover. The detail scale, I'm just going to use a full size 1:1. I'm going to make sure that the place at single name boundary is selected. And then I want a new group underneath here. So I'm going to select new, and I'm just going to call it Cover Sheet. And then I want to make sure that my Create Drawing box is checked. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to make sure that my level up here says the SH name boundary level. And on this one, I've actually changed it to a color of 20 and a line weight of 2 up here. That just helps me to be able to see it better when I place this. So there is my name boundary right there, and you can see the color and the line weight. It's a little easier to see. So as you drag it over here on the county map, you're going to be able to see that a lot easier to know where to place it. So I'm going to go ahead and place that name boundary. It's going to bring up the Create Drawing dialog box. A couple important things. You want to make sure that your scale up here at the top equals the same scale that you've laid it out in. So I laid it out. I make sure that the scale one, make sure down here matches it also. You want to make sure your open model box is checked, and then add to sheet index. Leave that unchecked. You can add your sheets to your sheet index at a later time. That's a suggestion that I would recommend, is not placing them until you've almost created all your sheets for your project. The next thing that you would just want to do here is just hit OK, and that's going to create your cover sheet. So there is your cover sheet that was created. And if you zoom in and out, you'll see your county map come in. So you'll notice that it takes a little bit of time and is a little bit slower with that county map sheet attached. And you'll also know, I just want to show this area in here. So this is kind of a large county map to be able to see in that. So what I want to do is I want to make that county map a little bit bigger so I can see it better. So I'm going to go back to my default model right here. And I'm going to go back up to my raster manager, select my image, and I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to go to Scale. And I'm going to scale that up to 2, or you can scale it up to whatever you want. So you can see it a lot better. That choice is yours. For this one, I'm going to scale it up to 2. And then I'm just going to go in here and accept it. at a scale of 2. And you'll notice right here that it made it a bit larger. And now what I want to do is I'm going to move that so that it's kind of centered in that box. So I'm just going to go up here and highlight it and select move and move that portion of the project to somewhere about center of my box there. And so now that has been moved. Now the other thing that I want to do right here is I want to make this image smaller. So it's not dragging so much when I am in my sheet, moving in and out, zooming in and out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back up here to my raster drawing, highlight my county map, go to edit, and this time I'm going to clip this image. And I'm just going to select my name boundary here for my clipping boundary. And that's going to clip it out. Even though it clipped it out, image, so it's going to slow it down. So the next thing that I want to do here is I want to save this image, save as. And what this is going to do is it's only going to save this portion of your image that's clipped out. So it's going to make it a lot smaller, and it's going to, when you zoom in and out in your sheet, it's going to be a lot quicker. It's going to come in a lot quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the save as. And I want to save this in the directory of my CAD sheets. So I'm going to use the select wizard here, do the advanced wizard, walk through the steps, and I'm going to go to my project. And I'm going to select that directory, my CAD sheets, and then I'm going to name it County Map Logan. And I'm just going to give it a description of county map for cover sheet. And I'm going to go ahead and just hit next all the way out. And then hit my finish. And then what I'm going to do here, it's going to take a few minutes to save that, but not too long. And now it's been saved out. I'm going to go back to my sheet view. And there is my cover sheet made. So once I've got my cover sheet made, the next thing I need to do is add in all my information for my cover sheet, for my county map. Need to add in, if you are putting in your sheet index on your first sheet, add that in, your traffic numbers over here on your left side. So I've created a cell that will bring all that information in. It'll bring in the text for it. Now you'll have to modify the text for the information that you need on there. But what you do there is you just go up here and attach, just open. And then if you go up here to File and Attach File, and this cell library is located under the IDOT office, or the IDOT office, District 6, Office Standards, CAD Standards, Organization, Cell, and it's called Sheet Labels. So if you go ahead and attach that, the cell that you want in here is Cover Sheet Info. If I click on that, you can kind of see what it looks like there. So I'm going to go ahead and place that. And when you place that, you'll want a scale of 1. and then you'll want to insert it. You can just snap down here to the bottom left corner of your sheet and accept it. And that's going to bring in all that information. So it's going to bring in, if you were going to put your index of sheets on the front cover, it's going to bring in that information that you can use. If you got it on your second sheet, you can delete this. But the next thing that you need to do is you need to drop this cell right here that we just brought in. That way it'll allow you to move everything around and delete it if you want to, and change the text in there if you need to. And the one thing that you don't want to do is you do not want to drop the sheet cell. Once you drop it, your title block and information will not work. So that is very important not to drop that cover sheet cell. So the next thing that we want to do here, like I said, here is your information for your sheet index. If you want that, you can move it underneath here and fill it out with what you need. If you don't need it, you can just delete it. If you've got it on your second sheet, general notes sheet. You have your traffic data down here, your roadway classification, your average daily traffic and year. So you can modify this any way you need to. You can move it around, fill out the text with what you need, delete what you don't need. Over here on the location map, it will bring in a locator right here that you can actually move around, rotate, whatever you need to do on there. And then last, here's your township and range that come in. You'll need to modify those and move those around. You have your begin and end station, so you'll need to change the station and your roadway name of those and move them around where you want to. It also brings in a couple station equations. If you want to fill in, if you have station equations, you can use those to fill in. If you don't need them, you can just delete them. It'll bring in your north arrow here for you. And all you have to do is make those modifications, move them around wherever you need to. The last thing is your information here. You'll see it, these gray boxes. These are text favorites that are connected to the sheet index. So if you watch the sheet index, how to fill out your title blocks, that video will cover how to fill out your title blocks. So once you fill out all that information in your sheet index and you drag this sheet into your sheet index, all this information here, your title block, your route name and number, and all this information will be filled out automatically based on what you put in the properties. And that's how you create a cover sheet.